Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cafe Lena. Thank you for tuning in for this show. We're glad you could join us tonight. We have a special show tonight. We have the founder of Jazz for Peace, Rick DellaRatta, and he is going to play a show. There's a trio tonight, and we are also going to have a special award presentation from his foundation to Guy McPherson for his work on climate awareness. And I'm going to let Rick explain more what that award is for and the past winners and really the mission of his foundation through the night tonight. But be on the lookout for that. It's going to happen about halfway through the show, maybe a little bit later. And please join in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions or comments that I can pass along to Rick. And make sure that you visit that virtual tip jar that's going to be in the description of the live stream. I'll send it through the chat a few times, and it'll also be on screen. And it is the best way that we have as a venue right now to continue supporting all of the wonderful artists that come through here and play. So thank you again for being here, and enjoy the show.
There's a Vietnam vet, a cardboard sign, sitting there by the left turn line. Flag on his wheelchair, flapping in the breeze. One leg missing and both hands free. No one's paying much mind to him. The VA budget's just stretched too thin, and now there's more coming back from the Mideast war. Can't make it here anymore. Now that big old building was a textile mill that fed our kids and it paid our bills, but they turned us out. Close the door, 'cause we can't make it here anymore. See them pilots piled up on the loading dock. They're just gonna sit there until they rot, 'cause there's nothing to ship, nothing to pack. Busted concrete and rusted tracks. Empty storefronts around the square. There's a needle in the gutter and glass everywhere. You don't come down here unless you're looking to score. We can't make it here anymore. Man, it's slow, the tip jar's light, the register's low, the bartender don't have much to say. Regular crowds getting thinner each day. Some have maxed out all the credit cards. Some are working 2 jobs and living in cars. Minimum wage won't pay for a roof, won't pay for a drink. You gotta have proof, just try it yourself, Mr. CEO. See how far $8.50 an hour will go. Take a part-time job at one of your stores, but you can't make it here anymore. There's a high school girl with a bourgeois dream, just like the pictures in a magazine she found on the floor of a laundromat. A woman with kids can forget all that. She come up pregnant, what will she do? Forget the career, forget about school. Can she live on faith? clothes in a Walmart store, just like the ones we made before, except this one came from Singapore. I guess we can't make it here anymore. Should I hate the people for the shade of the skin, or the shape of the eyes, or the shape I'm in? Should I hate them for having all jobs today? No, I hate the men who sent the jobs away. I can see them all now, they're haunting my dreams, all lily white and squeaky clean. Never no want, never no need. The shit don't stink and the kids won't bleed. The kids won't bleed in a damn little war. And we can't make it here. Can't make it here anymore. Will I work for food? Will I die for oil? Kill for power? To us the spoils. The billionaires get to pay less tax, while the working poor get to fall through the cracks. So let them eat jelly beans, let them eat cake, let them eat shit. Whatever it takes, they can join the Air Force or join the Corps. Get here anymore. So that's how it is, that's what we got. The president wants to admit it or not. You can read it in the paper, read it on the wall, hear it in the wind. If you're listening at all, get out of that limo, look us in the eye, call us on a cell phone, tell us all why. In Dayton, Ohio, Portland, Maine, or cotton gin, out on the great high plain. It's done closed down along with the school and the hospital and the swimming pool. Dust devil dancing in a noonday heat. There's rats in the alley, trash in the street, gang graffiti on a boxcar door. And we can't make it here. Can't make it here. anymore. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so welcome to Cafe Lena. Thank you for joining us. The few that are here able to show social distance in person, and the many that will hopefully watch this live stream, if not tonight, hopefully on other nights that it's available from their website, etc. Some of these songs have a little, all of them actually have some backline, so I'm going to take a few of these songs and tell the little story behind it. And this next one might be of interest to do that with. I was sitting in my East Village apartment one day, and I get a call. And on the other end of the line is the great bassist Eddie Gomez, one of the great bass players of all time. And he's asking me questions about Dizzy Gillespie. Because I had been an opening act and MC for him at one time. So he's asking me, what was Dizzy like? You guys shared a dressing room. Yeah, what did you talk about? I said, a lot of the time, nothing, just shooting the breeze. But there were some situations where, he talked to me about the pushback on bebop when him and Charlie Parker came out with that new language. He said that, some people that he even highly respected made comments like it was, a whole bunch of wrong notes, things like that. And it's kind of, the difficulties involved in pushing that through. And he also had said things about how proud he was, or he'd made me understand that he was quite proud of a trip he took to Cuba, where he, brought bebop together with Latin jazz, with Latin music, and kind of laid the foundation for the great art form of Latin jazz. So anyway, I said, why are you asking? He said, well, he had written this amazing melody that captured the spirit of that bebop Dizzy that we all love. And he said, if you could take, your experiences of knowing Dizzy as a person and write the lyrics. And I said, okay, that sounds like a great deal. So we put that together, and we had been performing and touring anyway, so we were able to incorporate this into our shows. And you can actually hear it on the Jazz for Peace CD, a live version of us performing this song at Birdland in New York City. So we're going to play it for you now. And if you know Dizzy Gillespie, if you remembered him, you'll know why we call this song Cheeks. He made his name in bebop. He played a style that swung in a new way, but many folks said that it wasn't music. It was just a bunch of wrong notes, but he stuck to it. He let time prove them wrong, and just when they thought they had figured him out, he took a trip over to Cuba, and it was a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Big set for Latin jazz, now we brew them. Workers the Benjamins and love music. He's the message we remember. Who's been horn with stuff all the bass sucked you in. He did everything wrong and done things wrong. That night he took a trip over to Cuba, and it was a big singer-pianist jazz that we were on. Working up the beats and love the music, keys with the message. Remember the spent on stuff all the place. Found in a puppy when he played a trumpet. That is why they call him Cheeks. Thank you. Do you guys want to play maybe either Say You'll Be Mine or Rosetta?
Sure.
Which one?
Either one.
Okay. Let's try. Oh, I'll have to write that out for you. All right.
Let's do it right now. Okay. I don't even know if I have it. That's the one that, you know, we looked at. Okay. It's in that set. I've got the book divided into two sections. So are you going to take a moment and tell them who's playing?
Yeah, I am. Okay.
There it is.
I've got some great musicians performing with us tonight that I'm going to introduce right after this tune. As soon as we decide what it is. Okay. So this tune does have a little story. I'll try not to tell the story of every tune, but this one is also kind of crazy. I'm in Pakistan, and you don't have to believe this, by the way, but I'm in Pakistan, and little did I know I'm staying literally like not even as far as from here to New York City, from where I believe his name was Bo Bergdahl was held by the Taliban for something like 5 years. And I didn't find this out till I got back. But anyway, I'm in Pakistan in a region near there, okay? And I'm with these people, and I had done some stuff in the schools. They had me in a car with tinted windows so people couldn't see in, and we would kind of sneak into these schools, and I'd play songs for the kids, and it was kind of crazy because the kids were so excited, and it was this euphoric thing, and then we go back, sneak into the car, and go to the next school. And we're now having the concerts the next day, and we're having a dinner, and this incredible dinner with all of these people, and wonderful time, and we're in a house. And then I got this incredible jet lag, which anyone who's traveled knows, like you can't, there's nothing you can do. You just all of a sudden are wiped out. And so, you know, it just hits you. And, you know, the flight was unbelievable to get from here to Pakistan. So, and we flew in the middle of the night and all that. So now I'm just almost about ready to drop. And they were like, we have to do some stuff. You lie down on this bed, and when you wake up, we'll be back. So they had to do some important errands or something. And I was too far from my hotel to drive to or whatever. So I lay down on this bed. It's pitch black. And I wake up, and it's pitch black. And, you know, I can hear like I hear weird sounds coming out in the street. I don't know really where I am. I have no idea how to get back to any place, my hotel. It's not like I could, you know, go out in the street and hail a cab or something. And I go into the other room to see what's going on, and there's a woman there, but she doesn't speak any English. So now a few hours go by. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. And I'm, you know, in the dark room, just chilling out, coming back, peeking into the other room to see if there's any life. And finally, this couple comes in, and they're eating this cake. And I go into the room, and they're like, hi, we're celebrating our anniversary, and do you want some cake? And I said, okay. And they spoke enough English to, you know, give me the cake and stuff like that. And while we're talking, I said, well, you know, do you know who I am? Are you coming? Oh, yeah, we're coming tomorrow. They said, because you are the composer of one of our favorite songs. So apparently they'd been getting my music. You can't, YouTube is blocked there, or at least was blocked at that time. Maybe probably still is, but it's YouTube is blocked, and there were these other ways they were able to get my music. I said, great, what is this song? And they said, it's called Say You'll Be Mine, and it's our favorite song or whatever. So we're going to play that for you now. But the moral of that story is things turned, like all of a sudden things went from a very, like, you know, mysterious place to a very warm and wonderful place. Like, wow, this is, you know, there's light at the end of this tunnel here. And so later the people showed up, and they had this document that they had to get signed for the concert to be able to take place by the city and all that stuff. So here we go with Say You'll Be Mine. find your heart to see the kind of girl that's right for me. I will give my love to you faithfully. Your sweet love is all I need, and I can't wait till I feel your touch again. And I wanna see your smile. Girl, you know you mean that much to me. Say you'll be mine. I can't wait till I feel your touch again. And I wanna see your smile. Girl, you know you mean that much to me. Say you'll be mine. You'll be You'll be mine. Say you'll be Thank you. Thank you so much. So on the saxophone, we have very wonderful Mr. Jay Collins on the saxophone. And on the bass, the inimitable Mr. Ratso Harris. My name is Rick DellaRatta, and we're going to continue on with, let's see, I guess a tune. What would be good to do now? Do you want to try maybe that train medley? That train? Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right, so this is a tune. The greatest third-party candidate in our history, arguably, Abraham Lincoln, has a memorial, as you know, in Washington, D.C. And I was skiing at a place called Sundance. It was the last day of the season. It was kind of a big party. Robert Redford was there and blah, blah, blah. It was like a big deal. And I was staying at a friend's cabin who built it with his father and his brother before Sundance, before it was Sundance. It was some other mountain. I forgot the name of it right now. But they built it, practically for nothing with their hands, and kind of became like the Beverly Hillbillies when Sundance became, a film festival and the ski area and all that. So I'm staying at the cabin, and I get this email from a woman who told me that she has gone, and this is what one person can do to give you an idea. She went and got all the permits that are needed for the Lincoln Memorial, to do Jazz for Peace at the Lincoln Memorial, and for her organization, which was kind of a peace museum. And so there's a video of that, and if you see that video, you'll see us performing this tune, which I wrote the words to, but John Coltrane wrote the music, called Lazy Bird. And being that it was Coltrane's 94th birthday, just recently, a few days ago, we're going to play that, and we're going to mix in another tune that was a great favorite of his called Giant Steps. So you'll hear a little bit of that in this next kind of medley as well. Well, did you want to blow? Oh, you want to do that? Well, I never did it this way. If you want, you could just... Okay. So I'll just do Lazy Bird, and then you guys play time, and then when we're done with this head, remember that ending, right? Or full on ending. Okay. I'm a lazy bird. I only fly when my soul is inspired. I'm a lazy bird, but I'm not scared when I dare to be heard. I wear my heart on my wing. Outpours my soul when I sing. I'm a lazy bird, but when my heart cries, I sing to the world. Giant steps. Okay, we're gonna continue with, this is an old tune by Earl Hines. So it's really just F minor, bridge goes to A minor. I'll play a couple courses out front so you can hear it. Rosetta, half steps down, and then bridge goes to A minor 2/5. Okay. I'll play it, see if you can play it. In my senior year of high school, someone gave me a reporter's ID so that I could do my thesis or whatever it is that you do as a senior and go interview all these jazz musicians. And I went down to this local club. One of the guys I interviewed was Earl Father Hines. And this is one of his songs. Rosetta, my Rosetta, in my heart, dear, there's no one but you. You told me that you love me, never leave me for somebody new. You made my whole life a dream. Promise you'll make it come true. Ooh, Rosetta, my Rosetta, please say I'm just the one, dear, for you. Okay, thank you for indulging us with that nostalgia. All right, so we're going to continue with an original song of mine. This is called Take It or Leave It. It's actually the title of my very first CD. And it's kind of funny about that is that I had set up this equipment in my apartment, and I brought these musicians over to just check out the sound. And we played a bunch of things, and the drummer had owed me like $20. And he called me one day, and he says, hey, man, I got your $20. I said, great. He said, I'm coming over. I said, all right. And by the time he came over, it was only $10. But I said, listen, sit down and listen, to what we did that day. And so he listened to it. He really enjoyed it. And he's like, oh, yeah, very cool. And I said, so what do you think? Should we do the record? And he said, that is the record. So my first, it was Dennis Charles.
I know. I had a feeling you were talking about him.
So anyways, I said, all right. I mean, because we're going to get gigs. You sure? Yeah, that's the record. So I put the vocals on it. So that my first CD is actually a sound check. But we got gigs, the Blue Note and Brazil and Hong Kong and all over the world with a record that was basically, I was just checking the mics out. And so it was titled Take It or Leave It, and we're going to play that title song. Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, that's Ratso B. Harris on the bass. Jay Collins on the drums. I mean, on the saxophone. Jay Collins.
I am
And
playing
we don't
the
have a
drum.
drummer.
It's all drums.
He plays a little percussion once in a while, though. Okay, there we go. How about, well, we have that kind of nearness of you thing? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so a few months ago, I had this interview coming up on Nigerian television for something I have coming up in Nigeria, 2021, and I had been messing around with this song, very well known, called "The Nearness of You," and I came up with something that I don't know what I somehow ended up in a whole new realm, and I decided to play that because they wanted me to play something that something current. And so now we're going to attempt this, the three of us. Don't try it at home. It's called "The Nearness of You." Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a very special moment, and I'm going to get a award. 1 second. Okay, so we have something called a Honorary Ambassador Award, and our very first winner was Howard Zinn, the great, great American. And we continued on with many other, or numerous other outstanding and prestigious people. And Dennis Kucinich was also, I think he was the next one. Ralph Nader was the most recent one. And we wanted to do something for the climate, and it's very hard to find someone doing unbiased research that's not being paid for by, some company or conglomerate. And, the people who do that work are under a lot of, it's not easy, probably not lucrative. And we decided that we needed to create some sort of awareness. I mean, I travel a lot, and when you travel, you really see, for example, I did something for the Maasai, the indigenous people, just in Kenya alone, the northern Kenya, and they were telling me about the wildlife. 60% was lost, even though it was spectacular to me, because I'd never been there before. And then the same tribe in the south, I ended up in another event, down at Mount Kilimanjaro, and they were cousins of these people. They'd never seen their cousins, and I had met them. They had never met them, and I had pictures, and I'm showing them pictures of their cousins. And this is all taking place right in front of Mount Kilimanjaro, and you can see the film. I said, didn't there used to be snow on here? No, there's no snow on anymore. And one thing after another with our oceans, and so many other situations I could tell you about when I travel in the south of India. You'll see a 9-foot billboard of a Jazz for Peace event for climate awareness. So the world is watching, and today we're giving our Honorary Ambassador Award to Dr. Guy McPherson, and he's here to accept it. Thank you. Let's have a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. DellaRatta. Special thanks to Reese, who provided the clean microphone just for me. And I rarely do this. I rarely read when I'm behind the microphone, but I'm rarely this nervous when I'm behind the microphone. And that has something to do with the nature of the prestigiousness of this award. As my friend Daniel in the audience said earlier, this is the coolest award ceremony ever. And as I was listening to these amazing musicians, I was reminded that I was going to be a saxophone player. No kidding, I was going to be the next Jay Collins before Jay Collins. And so starting in 8th grade, I sent letters to all of the department heads of music departments around the country that I could find, college music departments. And I asked those department heads, how could I become a professional musician? So they told me, you got to learn to play the piano and maybe another instrument. I was playing a saxophone, and I thought I was really good. And I was first chair saxophone when I was a sophomore in high school. And I thought that was pretty amazing. Never mind that the high school only had a couple hundred students in it. But when when you're young, you don't know. You think everything's like that. So I'm warming up before band class one day, and my friend Keith Martin is sitting beside me. We're warming up. It's band class. We're going to start playing in a couple of minutes. And I'm studiously playing the sheet music in front of me. And Keith Martin starts riffing on some popular music. And I turn to him and I say, how'd you do that? Because I could see there was no sheet music in front of him. And he says, I'm just playing it by ear. Keith Martin saved me a lot of trouble that day because he showed me that I was never going to be a professional musician, and certainly not the next Jay Collins. And I caught up with Keith on social media about 3 months ago, and he's still an artist living in Phoenix, Arizona, and still pursuing his artistic endeavors, so good for him. Despite that long ramble I just went into, I have little to say, which is an unusual occurrence and quite lucky for those of you watching. So I'm just going to provide the extremely short version of my long-time message. The certainty of death, coupled with the absurdity of life, helps me to live with urgency and authenticity. This also encourages me to prioritize effectively with a discerning eye towards utility and especially love. I'm asked nearly every day for advice about living. I recommend living where you feel most alive, and simultaneously where you live, where you can provide the most usefulness. I recommend living fully. I recommend living with intention. I recommend the pursuit of excellence. I recommend the pursuit of love. I try very hard to pursue right action, and similarly, I try very hard to avoid being attached to the outcome of my actions. In light of the short time remaining in your life, and in my own, I recommend all of the above, louder than before, more fully than you can imagine, to the limits of this very restrictive culture and beyond. For you, for me, for us, for here, for now, because this is what we have. Live large, be you, and bolder than you've ever been. Live as though you're dying. The day draws near. Thank you very much, especially to Rick DellaRatta. Thanks to all of you for participating in this event.
Okay, so we're advancing here towards the finish line. I think maybe we just got time for maybe a free version of Jazz for Peace and then Waters of March. I don't know. Sure. Is that okay? What? I think we'll just do it. Yeah. Well, or we could do the changes that are written on there. There's some changes. Okay. We could. I mean, we could just. Are the changes hard? No, they're easy. All right. What you said about take it or leave it. Say it again. I said that's what you said about take it. That's right. No. This is Jazz for Peace. This is Jazz for Peace. Okay.
Maybe we could start on that and then take it.
All right. So this is a tune that actually was just a poem that I wrote on the roof of a building on the morning of 9/11, and I recited it at the Savannah Jazz Festival, which was just a couple weeks after that I had booked. And then it became a piece just a few weeks later at a concert not too far from here at a place called Troy Music Hall. And the rest is, I guess, history, you could say, unless you want to rewrite history. So this is called Jazz for Peace. I hear jazz for peace coming through the trees. In my heart it fills me like a celebration. I see the light and I want to follow, inspired by the past contributions of those that came before. And laid the groundwork for us to build on in this universal language is a gift for all mankind. When we speak it, people are inspired by the creativity, artistry that stands for peace and love. And humanity and intelligence. Jazz for peace. When we speak it, people are inspired by the creativity that stands for peace and love and humanity and intelligence. Leads to reaching potential that we have in our souls, so we can raise our total conscience and see the gift of giving is our greatest privilege. I hear jazz for peace. I hear jazz for peace. I hear jazz. Peace. Thank you so much. All right, we've got one more for you. Well, this song kind of starts in Japan. I was in Japan, and I'm playing at a basement of a kind of a place, kind of high-end place, and I knew it was a high-end because they were having me on my break sit with some, there were very few customers, and I'm sitting with this one customer, and he's kind of laughing. And there's another guy there, and I'm like, what is this guy laughing about? And he goes, ha, 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 and he's laughing. And finally I said, listen, what is so funny? And the man says, ha, you American people think Donald Trump rich. So I go up to the manager, and I'm like, who is that guy? I go, oh, that Mr. Misakoshi. I said, Mitsukoshi? You mean like those buildings that like 8-floor like shoppings, like 8-floor like grocery store, and then you go in the basement and they give you so many free samples that you don't have to eat for like a week and you never have to buy any groceries. And I said, yeah, that's him. So there you have it. So anyway, That's the end of the story. But really what happened was there was a Brazilian bass player living in Japan, and he used to pick me up after my gig and take me to Japanese jazz clubs. And he had been living there for a number of years, and he was name was Beto. He was a kind of a well-known figure in Japan. So the clubs were ready. They knew I was coming. I didn't know what was going on. He takes me to these clubs, and it's just a big party. I come in, and I play jazz with the Japanese musicians. And this was going on night after night after night. So finally, I'm getting ready to go, and he says to me, listen, when are you leaving? Like, yeah, the day after tomorrow. He says, listen, my friend's going to call you. He wants you to play in his band when you get back. I said, okay. What? He said, he's my best friend, you know. He's going to play. I said, what's his name? He says, Guilherme Franco. I said, wow, there must be a lot of people named Guilherme Franco. He says, why? I said, because I know a Guilherme Franco. He plays with Keith Jarrett. He plays with McCoy Tyner. I interviewed him for my thesis in high school. And he says, yeah, that's him. I said, what? I said, okay. So I come home. Sure enough, this Guilherme calls me. That's my best friend you were playing with in Japan, Beto. I love him. He's great. Comes over to my house. Next thing I know, I'm playing in this band, and it's like the house band at SOBs, and we're doing these other things in other towns and stuff. And all these Brazilian musicians start teaching me Brazilian songs, sing them. So I ended up learning a lot of songs in Portuguese. When I went to Brazil, I sang in Portuguese, and the people came up and started talking Portuguese to me, so I figured they must have taught me real well, because they thought I spoke Portuguese. But anyway, this song is in English, but it's a great song. I think you'll like it. It's called The Waters of March. A stick, a stone, it's the end of the road. It's the rest of a stump, it's a little alone. It's a sliver of glass, it is life, it's a sun. It is night, it is death, it's a trap, it's a gun. The oak when it blooms, a fox in the brush, a knot in the wood, a song of a thrush. The wood or the wind, a cliff, a fall, a scratch, a lump, it is nothing at all. It's the wind blowing free, it's the end of the slope. It's a beam, it's a void, it's a hunch, it's a hope. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of the strain, it's the joy in your heart. The foot, the ground, the flesh and bone, the beat of a rope, a slingshot stone, a fish, a flash, a silvery glow, a fight, a bet, the range of a bow, the bed of the well, the end of the line, the dismay in the face. It's a loss, it's a find, a spear, a spike, a point, a nail, a trip, a drop, the end of the tale, a trunk load of bricks in the soft morning light, a shot of a gun the night, a mile, a must, a thrust, a bump. It's a girl, it's the rhyme, it's the cold, it's the mumps. And the plan of a house, the body in bed, and the car that got stuck in the mud, A float, a drift, a flight, a wing, a hawk, a quail, a promise of spring, and the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of the strain, it's the joy in your heart. John, it's a Joe, it's a thorn in your hand and a cut in your toe, a point, a grain, a bee, a bite, a blink, a buzzer, the sudden stroke of night, a sting, a needle, a pin, a pain, a snail, a riddle, a wasp, a stain, the pass and the mountains, the horse and the mule, in the distance the shells roll through shadows of blue. rest of us stung. A lonesome road, a sliver of glass, a life, a sun, a night, a death, the end of a run. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of our strain, it's the joy in your heart. Jay Collins on the saxophone and drums. Ratso B. Harris III on the bass. My name is Rick DellaRatta. We are Jazz for Peace. Thank you to Dr. Guy McPherson for all the great work you do. Keep on doing it, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, folks.